How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how I made a Euro Trance remix of Seek Romance. Here's a preview of the track we're going over this video. Great, so yeah, the track you just listened to is the mix and mastered version. That version is actually out on my YouTube. I couldn't upload it to SoundCloud for copyright reasons. It like flagged the vocal. But yeah, it's on my YouTube now, so yeah, definitely check it out. I'll also drop a link in the description. Leave a comment, a like, all that sort of shit. It really helps. Great, so yeah, I'm going to break it down into 5 different parts. First, we're going to start with the drums, then the bass, then the synths, then the atmosphere, and lastly finish on the effects. Let's firstly start then with the drums. So these drums are actually from my Euro Trance Volume 1 drums pack. You can get that from the link in the description. The pack has over 400 of the sickest loops, one-shots and effects for making sick Euro Trance like DJ Heartstring, DJ Daily Trance and many others. So yeah, as you can see from the project, I've just used loops. A lot of the time when I'm starting a track, I just use loops. I find it much easier than having to make drums completely from scratch. Obviously with this pack, you have the option to do both because it's got loads of sick like one-shots, but it's also got loads of loops. And what I normally do to start a track is get a vocal. So obviously in this case I've got the Seek Romance vocal. I'll then create an auto track, go to the full loops or the top loops, usually the top because I like having my own kick, and I just drag them all in like this, and then I'll just go through and see what sort of sounds good with the vocals. So we just solo them. But already that sounds good. So try this one. For the first one, so let's cover that up. That sounds good. So yeah, I'll basically just go through and see what sounds good and then build it around that. I'll then go through to the kicks, one-shots, kicks, and I'll see whatever kick I'm sort of vibing with the vocal. Yeah, that's how I make my drums, or if you can even class that as making, I just basically use loops. And yeah, once I've found loops that I want, I'll then just go to the full, so you come here, full stems. For example, this one in the track is called Renegade. So you just search Renegade, there you go. And then you just drag them all into the project like I've done here. If you click shift, then it drags them down. You can drop them like that. But yeah, that's all I really do. Then at the end, if you want to like spice them up or like change anything, then you can do that. But yeah, if at the end the drums still sound good, then why bother changing them, you know? Also, I've added this ride, which is just a basic ride. But I think, yeah, most trance tracks do have a ride. Because this sort of track repeats itself a lot, it sort of acts as like ear candy. Now you've got the drums down, let's move on to the bass. So if you have a look at the MIDI for the bass, it's hitting on 1/8 of every quarter note, I think you'd call this. So a kick would be like this. And we're just like splitting that up into 4. An important thing with rolling bass is the side chain, because without it, it's just constant and it's got no sort of like rhythm. So you got to make sure you've got a side chain. I prefer the kickstart over the compression method. Without that, the kick's not going to punch through and it's just not going to have any rhythm to it. If we have a look at the MIDI, we're starting on C sharp, moving up to E, down to A and to B, so a pretty simple progression. And we've also added the groove, so you've extracted the shaker groove. So if you scroll down, go to your shaker, and you should always do this, right click, click extract groove, that's going to extract your groove, and then you want to go to basically everything, including your lead, all your elements, apart from like the vocal, then go to the groove pool and then put that in so that your drums are also matching with your bass. In terms of the sound design, the patch is actually from my Euro Trance Volume 1 pack. You can get that from the link in the description. Yeah, this is a really good pack. I've been using it for all my productions. That's what sort of making this track was about, just trying to use all my own trance packs to show you what sort of tracks you guys can make. See, I've got a few more videos like this coming out, so you'll see what sort of tracks you can make with the packs. But yeah, to a rolling bass, the most important thing when making it is this envelope 1. So as you can see, it's really short. The decay is only 307 milliseconds. The sustain is at 0, and there's a tiny bit released. To make that big, it's not going to be rolling. You then got to drag that onto the filter cutoff at about 30-ish. and then drag that up to like 47. You could go more, but it's going to sound a little bit chalky. Yeah, with a rolling bass and you want a saw wave, there's obviously loads of different variations like the one I just had. But yeah, you want a saw wave. This is the rounded saw. This is a really nice one, and you can sort of change the shape of it a little bit. And yeah, in the second one, we've got this oscillator B, which I've not actually used, but look, if you move this up, then it also adds some sort of like more harmonics, which does actually sound really good. I kind of wish I'd added that now. Great, so now you've got the bass down, we can work on the synths. Got quite a few different synths going on. I'm not going to go over the main lead. If you want to know more about the main lead, I did like a 10-minute video on it, the last video that I dropped. So yeah, that obviously goes for it in more detail. But yeah, check that out. Obviously that's the MIDI if you want to have a look at that. It's basically, the video's about like the rhythm of it and like how I use the different presets and stuff like that. But yeah, it's basically just a square wave, quite a few sort of delay effects on. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. And obviously go through this whole sort of effects chain here. But yeah, apart from that, we've got this second lead, which is also a preset from that same pack. Oh, wrong one. But it's got a completely different sort of melody to it. It's different to the bass, and it's also different to the main lead. So yeah, this has a different melody to both the lead and the bass, but it just sort of helps to add a bit more character to the track. It's also heavily sidechained, so without it, but yeah, with this nice bit of sidechain, this kickstart, it helps to glue it into the track more. We've also got this string, so this just helps to add more atmosphere. So this is Ableton synthetic string, so you can just search synthetic string and it will come up on if you've got like Ableton Suite. Pretty simple, but quite a nice, thick, warm string. One of the best things about this track would be this. So it's like a call and response lead. Made it a bit louder so you can hear it better. But yeah, so it's call and response, which acts as ear candy. Because the track's quite repetitive, as are most trance tracks, it helps to sort of add a bit of variation for the listener. So this bit's the call, then this is the response. So if it was just this, you sort of left wanting more, whereas this completes it. But yeah, the sound for this is the robot lead, so this is in Wavetable. I thought I'd mix it up because I'm obviously always using Serum, but yeah, I thought I'd try a few of their sounds. I obviously still prefer Serum, but yeah, there's still some definitely some good stuff in there. That's just sort of covered in reverb, pinned to the right, in the right headphone. Great, so next we can have a look at the Atmopshere. So this is just a loop from Splice. So yeah, when I find these, all I do is sort of go to Splice and then I'll search like atmospheres. So just come to Splice, search atmosphere, and then put the key of your track in. So like E minor, E major, whatever. And then I'll just go through. Download like, I don't know, 10, 15 of them. And then just like with the drums, drag them in. And then out of the 10, you can sort of listen to and find which one sounds best. And this actually goes the whole way throughout the track, which normally I wouldn't do, but I just felt like it sat so nice in the background. There's sort of no need to like take it out. But yeah, it just helps to add. You can't really hear it. So you can't really hear it. But without it, it does feel like something's missing. So yeah, this helps to sort of make your track sound a little bit more professional and like fill it out a bit. Great, and lastly we've got the effects. So yeah, pretty simple. It's basically just white noise sweeps. So this is a white noise riser. This is from a Noizu pack. Then we've got this Noizu snare build. And then we've got like the classic crash. I think one of the most important elements of a Eurotrance track is the crash. So yeah, this is obviously from that pack I said about earlier. But yeah, you could use like a sort of 909 or something like that if you've not got the pack. We've also got like these downers followed into a riser. I used to be really lazy and not want to bother doing like the noise effects and all that sort of stuff because I find it really boring, because you're not actually really making anything, you're just dragging shit in. I've learned to sort of suck it up and just do it, because it does make the track sound much better and it makes the drops have much more impact. So yeah, definitely spend a bit of time at the end of your track doing your effects. But I wouldn't recommend doing it too early, because then you can sort of get lost. It sounds better than it is, if that makes sense. So your melodies aren't going to be as strong because you're just relying on like transition effects to like keep the song going. Great guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope there wasn't too much information. It was a bit of a longer video today, I think. Yeah, with lots of sort of different elements. But yeah, comment down below if you found it helpful, and comment down below which video you want to see next. Cheers.